Hey everyone, Action here! In our current one system challenge against the 25 times crisis, we managed to virtual ascend at year 36 without a trade league and branch offices. Since these criminal butterflies decided to establish their filthy branch office across all other empires. We rolled a mega engineering tax so late into the game that I don't know how we are going to defeat the first crisis. And I say first because if we manage to defeat them, we'll stay in this playthrough until all 4 crises are defeated. And I noticed that most of you guys aren't already subscribed. If you wanna give me some strength in fighting the crisis, I would appreciate it very much. Now without further ado, let's get into it. So our plan right now is to finish the transformation, grab the virtuality. We aren't spending any of our Unity on excess traditions, just waiting for the virtuality to be adopted. And also, we want to be a part of their federation. We currently have an association status already, however being invited to that is much harder because of the distance and the relative power of our empires, since we only have one system and can't occupy anymore. And don't forget, we are playing against the 25 times crisis at 75 years earlier, so within 100 years they will already start appearing, and we only have 2 corvettes with less than 200 fleet power combined. We have a major rival here, is the Cleansers of Funka. They are a criminal heritage and started to establish branch office in our Federation allies. So after we finish the virtuality, we'll build a sufficient large enough fleet power to perhaps purge them from the galaxy, but I don't know if that's possible without becoming a genocidal and making everyone else hate us. Let's focus on the virtuality tradition tree. And I'm a little bit scared about these aliens, because right now we have no means of increasing our fleet power, and if they are a genocidal empire, we are done for this playthrough, because they're just gonna claim our systems. Yeah, that's not good. So this empire is already at war with our unknown federation. Let's see if our allies have some alloys to trade. Yeah, they grabbed the missile of the Lone Defender. However, we don't have a Grand Archive now to utilize it. They only have 260 alloys in stockpile. They are doing worse than we are. Let's build some starbases defenses and later on defensive platforms. We'll also start increasing our alloy production a little bit. Even if they are friendly to us, we'll still need to defeat the Cleansers of Funka. We'll find purity in the code, adopting the virtuality tradition, and let's start getting those perks. Oh, they're only isolationists, so yeah. I don't know how they declare war on our allies, but at least they aren't genocidal. We should already start building some research labs as well, because it only takes about, 40 months to finish the virtuality tradition. Oh, they are fanatic spiritualists, so yeah, they won't hate us, thankfully. Let's establish an embassy. They are already receptive to us. That was scary. I preemptively built some defense platforms, but yeah, at least it looks cool, right? I mean, virtuality is meant for the Shattered Ring origin, right? Districts that provide cleric, prosperity teachers, or researchers provide additional jobs. We also have one max district from planetary ascension, and I believe that this includes Shattered Rings. Cleansers of Flanka are starting to become suspicious of us, as they should. And there we have it, the virtuality has been adopted. So let's restore all jobs, and let's see the impact on our production. It's such a broken ascension, holy. And for our next ascension perk, we could go with Cosmogenesis. However, since we are doing the one system challenge, we won't be able to build the synaptic late and get the advanced logic quickly enough to beat the 25 times crisis. So instead, we're gonna go with Defender of the Galaxy for extra endgame crisis factions, and also the opinion modifier is gonna help us a lot. We'll replace all temples with research labs for now, and we are already making almost 1.4 thousand trade value on the Hopeless Rim system. That is insane. We can finally start hiring the curators to increase their opinion of us. Our next tradition shall be Harmony, because we will be using our Unity to ascend our planets. And harmony has an increase to the efficiency of our planetary ascension. Yeah, the arc furnace technology. Very powerful, but we have basically no use for it. Now, one thing that is making me worried a little bit is that our allies are almost forming a federation with us, but because of the distance, we have a -22 modifier to it. Let's form a commercial pact and improve our relations a little bit further. I don't want you to attack us. And yep, the classes of Funka already established their holding. Oh, our two neighbors declared war on each other, and we're just gonna spectate. They have two borders, one here and another one kinda here, right? We have a close view to that. Who wins gets to be our vassal later on. So we've already finished building all research labs in our empire capital, and we shall expand our trade districts a little bit, at least until we have the mega engineering and can repair the ring world. And it looks like the Hifnara nation is turbo stomping the Jibru assembly. Wow. One thing that you must always do if you are a virtual is unemploy all of your roboticists. Because you don't have any assembly, these jobs will only have an upkeep of 2 alloys, reducing our efficiency and also increasing our empire sprawl. We are already producing 2000 trade value in our system, and losing 400 energy from monthly trades, but still making a surplus of 200. We'll build one exotic gas refinery, so we can start buying exotic gases from the market and upgrade our research labs. Now we'll reform our government, remove the brand loyalty, because we don't need that plus 15 monthly unity anymore. We'll grab the Gigacorp, granting us plus 25% planetary ascension effects and reducing the ascension cost. Another thing we'll do is grab the naval contractors, which will increase our naval cap by 15%, but the mercenary enclave capacity is very good, so we can have our own mercenary enclave on our system, giving us more fleets and also naval cap, as you'll see. Let's start buying 4 more exotic gases every single month and start upgrading our research labs. We finished the Harmony tradition, and as our next Ascension perk, we'll grab the Galactic Force Projection, increasing our naval cap and fleet command limit. We'll now start ascending our planets with the surplus unity, so our capital only costs 1.4k. Oh, we gained the psionic theory? How? That's so lucky. I think it's because we are spiritualists, right? So we're going to reduce our empire size from pops by another 10%. Our main bottleneck right now is the mineral production. We are buying 200 from the market, but we don't have any good means of producing any more minerals. What I can do instead is grab the mining districts from the ring world designation, but the scrap miner job isn't very good in my opinion. They are demanding our vassalization. No, but I think this is a good time to start improving our alloy production. We want to avoid grabbing this technology, because it will increase our upkeep from jobs by 10%, and we already have so many modifiers increasing our resources from jobs that the marginal gains we'll get is very minimal. However, the upkeep increase is massive, because later on we'll have the forge designation on our ring worlds that reduces the metallurgist upkeep. And increasing its upkeep, well, we're gonna have a very high amount of mineral cost, and since we don't have a good production, it's not very nice. We have already ascended all of our planets to the tier 3, which is the highest we can have for now, and for our next tradition, we're gonna have the supremacy. We want to research the Arco studies so we can have the ancient refinery technology for those precious rare resources. Since we have a very limited amount of buildings we can build on our planet, it is crucial we maximize the output of them. We can hire a curator, a level 5 scientist with the curator trait, and the empire effects per skill level is very important for us. So we launch the agenda expanded also and have the curator archivist. Now this bad boy already grants us plus 10% research speed and plus 10% researcher output just from the get-go. We have already reached 3000 research per month, and our goal is to research the mega engineering as quickly as possible. However, we are not getting very lucky in the tech roles. We need to first have the Citadel technology in order for the mega engineering to start appear. I think that that if we increase our relative power, we can join their federation. So I currently expanded our alloy production to a much higher level. However, it's gonna cost us 10,000 alloys to repair every single one of our ring sections. So we need to create a larger stockpile at this point. Oh, it's not 10,000. 10,000 is for us to have the final ring section. It's actually gonna be 7.5k. It's still very high. We're gonna start creating our mercenary enclave, and I have developed this empty fleet because to build an enclave you only need fleet capacity and not fleet power. So yeah, they only cost 350 alloys instead of the regular 1.3k. And since you only need 50 fleet capacity, 6 of these battleships will do it. For real? I mean, we need an asteroid or moon to build our mercenary enclave. And there isn't anything like that in our system. Oh boy. So yeah, our plan of having a mercenary enclave is now gone. So let's upgrade our fleets to a regular battleship. We'll declare war against the butterflies to seize assets and grab all of their branch offices. However, first we'll mobilize our brand new battleship fleet closer to their systems. They want to establish an embassy, they don't even know what's coming for them. We have finished the supremacy tradition and unlocked another ascension perk. However, right now our options are very limited, since most of them we have no real use, due to having only one system. So I'll wait until we have the mega engineering technology to have the master builders and improve the speed of which we repair our ring worlds. But as a matter of fact, I don't think it actually affects the speed. We'll have to test it out. I think it's incredible how we still haven't rolled the Citadel technology, although we already have all the prerequisites. Finally, folks. This is gonna speed up things a lot for us. But it's still pretty late, right? We are the technology 70 years into the game. It's not looking good for us. Let's declare war on the cleansers of Fanka and seize their assets. But they have quite a large fleet. What is this? Let's have the no retreat. That should give us a lot of fleet firepower. And as soon as we finish the Citadel technology, the mega engineering tech popped up. How wonderful. Their fleets arrived. They have what, 400 ships just here. Let's activate our war edicts as well, so we become a little bit stronger. Yeah, we have 52k now. Things are looking good so far. They haven't been able to catch up to our battleships. Oh, how some fleets are that far away? I have no idea. So we won the battle without losing a single battleship. We all lost 2 corvettes because they are much closer range. And look at the damage we dealt to our strike craft, 95,000. They only dealt 8.5k in total. And as our last tradition, we're gonna grab adaptability for one simple reason. We can have the enhanced recycling, reducing our building district strategic resource upkeep by 15%, which means when we have those precious ring world districts, we won't be spending that many volatile motes and exotic gases to maintain. In other words, improving our pop efficiency. We shall start making our way into the repeatables technology, starting with the strike crafts. One thing that we also need to keep in mind is our research speed is very low, and we definitely gotta increase this number. One thing that I forgot to build was the Research Institute, which can give us plus 5% research speed. And another thing is always looking out for leaders with the Spark of Genius trait. One thing that will be problematic for us finishing up this war is the occupation. Although we already have 100% war exhaustion and the maximum amount of navy strength, the amount of occupation we get is very low because we do not have any armies whatsoever. And we can build them, however, our mineral production is very low, so it will take a while to build the necessary force. We have the mega engineering technology and are already repairing our shattered rings, so let's activate the living metal mega construction and see if this time reduces. It does not. The mega structure build speed does not affect this. In other words, if we grabbed the Master Builder's Ascension perk, it would be completely useless. So we'll wait a little bit until we can have the Titans and grab the Colossus Project Ascension perk. But yeah, there is still 50 more years until the crisis can start appearing. However, our current production is bottlenecked so hard for the exotic materials and mineral production. And also, I don't know how we are gonna increase our tech output because we have a very low amount of research speed. Unfortunately, the federations we cannot be invited in for many reasons. The first is they are so far away from us, and the second is and only the leader of the federation can invite. But although we have good relations with everyone else, most of them do not wanna invite us in. So yeah, we are probably gonna be federation-less for this run. And I made the mistake of setting up the mid-game time so close to the end game, so we won't even be able to become the Galactic Custodian before the crisis arrive. Yeah, we are not in a very good position here. So if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time.